So I'm just going to read The Children of Hurin, or an adaptation of it. And I'm doing this because The Children of Hurin is a story written by J.R.R Tolkien, which really captures the essence of what it is to have power and strength in its full entirety and glory. So here we go. Once I find the first page over. Hador Goldenhad was a lord of the Edain, the fathers of men, the three houses, and well beloved by the Eldar, those who came from the ancient west. He dwelt whilst his days lasted under the lordship of Fingolfin, who gave to him wide lands in that region of Hithlum which was called Doromin. His daughter Glorthal wedded Haldir, son of Halmir, lord of the men of Brethel, and at the same feast his son Galador the Tall wedded Hareth, the daughter of Halmir. Galador and Hareth had two sons, Hurin and Hur, and Hurin gave birth to a child called Turin. And a sister called Life. But Turin was loved less than the sister. He was dark-haired as his mother, and promised to be like her in mood also, for he was not to marry and spoke little, though he learnt to speak early, and ever seemed older than his years. Turin was slow to forget injustice or mockery, but the fire of his father was also in him, a fire which didn't consume, but pulled at him, pulled at the shreds of his soul, even in the heart and sadness of living, and things that might move him to tears, though he would shed little he rejoiced in. And in many ways he was alike to Morwen, who was stern, and stern with others as with himself was Turin. Turin loved his mother, for her speech to him was forthright and plain, but his father he saw little. For Hurin fought right with Fingolfin and with the lords of the Eldar. At that time all the warmth of Turin's heart was for Life, his sister, in his early days, but he played with her little, preferring to listen to the songs she sang, songs which people claimed were as merry as the elf children. Fair as an elf child is the life, said Turin to Morwen, but briefer, alas, and so fairer may be or dearer. And Turin, hearing these words, pondered them, but could not understand them, for he had seen no elf children. None of the Eldar at that time dwelt in his father's lands, and once only had he seen them when King Fingal and many of his lords had ridden gloriously through Dorlomin and passed over the bridge of Nen the Life, named after the life of his sister. Glittering were the Eldar in silver and saintly white. But before the year was out, the evil breath that the great enemy had created came to the lands of Dorlomin. And when Thorin, after waking from a fever, was healed, for such was his fate, and the unquenchable fire of life within him, he asked for life, but his nurse answered, "Speak no more of the life, son of Hurin, but of your sister, a fleeting spark. You must now ask tidings from your mother." And when morn came to him, Thorin said to her, "I am no longer sick, and I wish to see Orwen, but why must I not say life any more? Because Orwen is dead." And laughter is stilled in this house, she answered, "but you live, son of Morwen. So does the enemy who has done this to us." Thorin, though strong of heart, wept bitterly at that night alone, though to Morwen he never again spoke the name of his sister. To one friend only he turned in that time, and to him he spoke of his sorrow and the emptiness of the halls and the pathways of Dorlomin. This friend was Seldor, a houseman in the service of Hurin. He was lame and of small account, but to Thorin he was his entire world. And so ends this part, this start to the tale of the Children of Hurin, where we see Thorin strong, with a pride that he has yet to conquer, and whether he will, well, we'll see later in the tale. But this tale, the Children of Hurin, I often describe as Romeo and Juliet mixed with Macbeth. It is full of tragedy, but in that tragedy, within that depth, within that abyss, so much life is born fruit, and it is a wonderfully positive tale for its dancing within a darkness. But anyway, I'm wishing you all a very good night and hope you enjoyed this tale of Thorin, son of Hurin, which we will continue in another video within this channel.